Chapter 1 of The Log of a Cowboy. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Richard Kilmer. The Log of a Cowboy by Andy Adams. Chapter 1. Up the Trail. Just why my father moved, at the close of the Civil War, from Georgia to Texas, is to this good hour a mystery to me. While we did not exactly belong to the poor whites, we classed with them in poverty, being renters, but I am inclined to think my parents were intellectually superior to that common type of the South. Both were foreign born, my mother being Scotch, and my father a North of Ireland man, as I remember him now, impulsive, hasty in action, and slow to confess a fault. It was his impulsiveness that led him to volunteer and serve 4 years in the Confederate Army, trying years to my mother, with a brood of 7 children to feed, garb, and house. The war brought me my initiation as a cowboy, of which I have now, after the long lapse of years, the greater portion of which were spent with cattle, a distinct recollection. Sherman's army, in its march to the sea, passed through our county, devastating that section for miles in its passing. Foraging parties scoured the country on either side of its path. My mother had warning in time and set her house in order. Our work stock consisted of 2 yoke of oxen, while our cattle numbered 3 cows, and for saving them from the foragers credit must be given to my mother's generalship. There was a wild canebrake in which the cattle fed, several hundred acres in extent, about a mile from our little farm, and it was necessary to bell them in order to locate them when wanted. But the cows were in the habit of coming up to be milked, and a soldier can hear a bell as well as anyone. I was a lad of 8 at the time, and while my 2 older brothers worked our few fields, I was sent into the canebrake to herd the cattle. We had removed the bells from the oxen and the cows, but one ox was belled after darkness each evening, to be unbelled again at daybreak. I always carried the bell with me stuffed with grass, in order to have it at hand when wanted. During the first few days of the raid a number of mounted foraging parties passed our house, but its poverty was all too apparent, and nothing was molested. Several of these parties were driving herds of cattle and work.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?